All right, we are up and live. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We're going to do a little bit of educational stuff here. Let me get my notes. Just waiting for some people to come in to chat, and we will get started. Hey, Pollyanna, welcome in. We'll get started here in a minute. Do you whoop-hoo? Welcome in. Yeah, it's cold. Hey, Sweet Pea, welcome in. We're going to talk about grounding, protection, cleansing, and self-hypnosis, and not necessarily in that order. We're going to start with cleansing. I have notes. I have pages of notes. So I thought we would start with cleansing first, because we're going to look at grounding, protection, cleansing, and self-hypnosis. Self-hypnosis can kind of be looked at as somewhat of a way to meditate. Could be a form of meditation, and I'm going to explain how to actually do your own self-hypnosis. I was taught a long time ago on how to do my own self-hypnosis, and so it's not that difficult. It's not that scary. You're fully aware of what you're doing. Hey, Pamela, welcome in. So we're going to start with cleansing and sage. So when we're going to cleanse our home, I figured cleansing would be the best one to start with. When we're going to cleanse our home, we need to know why we're cleansing it, for what purpose. Is it to clear out negative energy, or is it for some other reason? There is many different types of sage, along with other things you can use. So we're going to talk about that first. We're going to look at the sage first. What I'm showing you is when you do a cleansing, you want to start at the furthest room from your front door. Hey, Shan, welcome in. You want to start with the room that's furthest from your front door. You want to make sure that you have windows open in each room for this cleansing. Yeah, it's cold everywhere. And so, in order to cleanse each room, you start at the furthest room away and work your way through. And I'll show you. What you do is you get a sage stick like this and walk around. I have this bowl. This whole kit, minus these two. These two did not come in this kit. It was this sage, this shell, a holder for the shell, and a little feather. the feather is for when you light the sage. I'll show you. You can, this could be a little difficult, but hey, Ellie, welcome in. So you light your sage or whatever it is that you're using to cleanse with. And as you can see, there is smoke coming off of it. Well, there's supposed to be. And you use the fan to brush the smoke around the room. And you use this to hold, I use this to hold the sage. And that's how you go from each one room to the next, working your way from the furthest room away to the door, your front door. Oh, God. Hang on, guys. Get this lighter out of the way. So this is sage. And we're going to talk about the different types of sage. Because there's many reasons a person can use sage. So we have what is called white sage. It's also known as bee sage, sacred sage, or California sage. And it's native to Northern California. It has his long history of being used by the indigenous people. And the white sage is used to clear out negative energy, purify your space, promotes healing. And it's the most common sage used, which is what I have there. Then you have one called black sage, which that's what this is. This is black sage. It's another name for it is mugwort or dream sage. It's found mostly in the western United States, used for divination, lucid dreams, astral travel. This is also used for protection. I'll put it there so you can see it. It is also used to get rid of negative energy and unwanted spirits. Next we have is blue sage, which I don't have any of. It's also known as grandmother sage, New Mexico sage, or Rocky Mountain sage. It's used for spiritual cleansing, healing, enhancing psychic power, and often used for meditation. I'm not watching chat, so I apologize. The next one we have is desert sage, also known as mountain sage, desert magic, or sagebrush. It's found in the western United States. It is sacred to indigenous peoples of the southwest United States. They use it for spiritual cleansing, promoting grounding, and protection. So desert sage, also known as mountain sage or desert magic or sagebrush, would be a good one to use. It also has antimicrobial properties, often used in medicinal teas. We've got 5 more to look at. We've got pineapple sage, also known as tangerine sage. It's native to Mexico and Central America. It's used for spiritual cleansing. The properties of it are it has anti-inflammatory properties. You could cook with it as a medicinal herb. The next one, number 6, is clary sage. It is oh God, I can't talk. Native to the Mediterranean region. It's good for cleansing space, promoting relaxation. It's also good for hormone balancing properties and often used in aromatherapy and skincare. Now, I don't know if the clary sage comes in a bundle like this or not. Yeah, pineapple sage does. It does. Apparently, it probably smells a little sweet, unlike the white sage or the black sage. Then you have white sage brush, aka prairie sage or Louisiana sage, which is native to the United States. It's used to promote restful sleep, grounding, and is believed to have antimicrobial and antifungal properties. Also used in medicinal teas. And I know we've all heard of the next one, which is garden sage, native to the Mediterranean area, enhances memory. Antioxidant and anti inflammatory properties, is often used in cooking. So it's probably the sage that you buy and put in your food. I know I used to put sage in my sausage when we would harvest a pig and have it take it to the butcher, and they would grind it up for us, and I'd get that, bring home that the sausage is like hamburger. It wasn't the links. It was just like patty type sausage, and I always mixed sage in with that. And then the last sage that we have, Brazilian sage, is also known as Aztec sage or purple sage, native to South America, used in spiritual rituals, believed to have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, often found in aromatherapy. So not all of them may come in a bundle like this. They may come ground up like the sage we use to cook with. And then we have there's other ways to cleanse with, and one of those is rosemary. This is what rosemary looks like in a bundle. This is good for memory and protection. Another one is thyme and also juniper. I don't know if thyme and juniper comes in bundles like this, but they are also good. And then another way to cleanse just your body, not necessarily your home, but your body, would be to take a piece of selenite, which is, hang on, a white crystal like this, such as this, and only maybe have a long stick of it because it comes in different shapes, and just take it and run it across your body like this, like you're brushing your body off. You can do that with selenite crystal. And so, it's good to start out with cleansing it, cleansing your house. I strongly recommend. Oh, one other one I forgot was Palo Santo. I don't know if I don't have any here close at hand. Palo Santo looks like a piece of wood, and it doesn't smell very good. Mr. Hart can't stand the smell of the Palo Santo, but that's another one. And I'm sure there's other things you can use as far as cleansing your home. Like I said, cleansing yourself You can use the selenite or maybe some of these others that I mentioned for just yourself. But cleansing as a whole, I recommend starting in your home. Start at the furthest room from your front door. Make sure a window's open and use that sage like I showed you early on. Light it up, have it smoking. You don't want it flaming, you want it to be smoking. And have the smoke go all through the room. But you need the window open so that any negative energy in there, this is for clearing out negative energy out of your home. Any negative energy in there, that will clean it out using the sage. Or, like I said, you could use rosemary, whichever one of these you prefer. Any questions on cleansing before we move on? Hey, Shining. Sorry I didn't see you. I wasn't paying attention to chat. You just woke up? You're not that late. I haven't been on. You can listen. I went through all the different types of sage that there is. Mostly for cleansing the home of negative energy. Or if you think you might have a spirit, unwanted spirit, I should say, then there's different types of sage you can use for that. And if there's no questions on cleansing, I hate it when this thing doesn't go right. I was late getting over here. I got talking to Pollyanna. So I thought that the next thing we'll do after cleansing, the next good thing to do would be grounding. So before I move on, anybody have any questions? And just so you guys know, I'm going to give this a few days to stay under the members only live. And then, yes, cleansing can help spirits move on, Ellie. The very important part that some people don't understand is you have to have a window open when you use the sage. That's up to you whether you want to. You can, ask all the negative energy to leave. I don't. I just go through and just make sure windows are open and just come through in my case, the RV. I know you guys have seen it. I hate bringing it out because it's been sitting here for a couple of years now, and so it doesn't look in the best of shape. It was brand new when I first got it. This is a very large piece of bundle of sage that came. We have indigenous friends that come once a year, and they brought that to me. If it then it would be demonic. Yeah, you don't want your mom leaving your house, sweet pea. Well, you'll be saging yourself during the whole process, actually, do you, Woo Poo? And to get back to Ellie's question, if it isn't human spirits, will it still help? Depending on the type of sage you use, I believe. If that doesn't work, there's many ways you can use. If you have a bell I have a bell. I don't want to ring it because if you guys are using earbuds or headphones like I am, the bell will kill your ears here. You can use a bell. A bell will also help. But once again, make sure the windows are open. They have to have a way to escape. And the way to escape is with the windows being open. You could use a bell, Palo Santo, sage, rosemary. Um, Let me see which one it was for unwanted spirits because I haven't used all of these types of sage before. You would want to use the black sage. The black sage would be, hang on, this one. For unwanted spirits, or if it isn't human spirits, I would say use this. Use the black. This is the black sage. You can get this if you don't have a metaphysical shop in your neighborhood, Amazon. You can get this off of Amazon. This whole kit came from Amazon. The only thing that didn't come from Amazon right now is this bundle of sage. This actually came from the land where our indigenous friends live at. The wife put this together for me. The wife cleanses daily. Every morning when she gets up, she cleanses daily using this type of sage. I've had that for 2 years now, almost 2.5 years. Oh, well, I'll have to check in on that. I'm sure there's other options, Ellie. Try the black sage. You could try a bell. Like I said, try a bell. Just make sure there's an open window. An open window. Try the black sage. Yeah, your mother would remain if even though you may be saging, if you're cleansing rid of the negative energy. Might get rid of my mother. I didn't say that. That was a joke. Not really. Anyhow, is there any other questions? I want to try that pineapple. I don't know if it comes in a stick like that or not. So cleansing does help spirits move on. It moves, especially if it's negative energy. Yeah, you need to protect yourself. And I'm going to get into protection here. I'm I'm doing this on purpose the way that I'm doing it, the cleansing first. Because it's like you wouldn't put on clean clothes before you take a shower. So you wouldn't ground yourself and protect yourself, put out the protection that I'm going to talk about before you cleanse your area. So cleansing comes first. Cleansing comes first. That's like taking a shower before you put your clean clothes on. And so most of the time, the majority of the time, you're only going to have negative energy. And we can pick up negative energy just by going out shopping. We can pick it up off of other people. If we're in a store and we're shopping and there's a couple there and they're arguing, and even though we don't know the couple, we're walking by and they're arguing, we can pick that negative energy up. If there's a child in the store that's not our child, somebody else's, and the child is crying for whatever, we can pick up that energy and bring it home with us. So yeah, self cleaning too. Um, yeah, I'll get into the crystals here in a minute. But as far as cleansing yourself, like I said, you can use the selenite and run it across you like you're using a hairbrush or, a brush all over your body. Just use selenite. And that is this white crystal here. Oh, the door's about to fly open again. Oh, yeah, there is a lot of negative energy out in public. Yeah, that is absolutely right. And like I said, there's also health benefits from some of this sage. Some of it is um let me get my little notes here. Some of this sage is useful for meditation, and that would be the blue sage, also known as grandmother sage, New Mexico sage, or Rocky Mountain sage. But then you have the desert sage, which is, it has antimicrobial properties to it. So it's good as well. And then you have the white sage that I showed you there in the box. It promotes healing. It does promote healing. You have the pineapple sage, and like I said, you could use that as in cooking. It is an anti-inflammatory. It has anti-inflammatory properties to it. The clary, that's from the Mediterranean region, and it's spelled Clary. Clary. It has hormonal balancing properties, but that may be just used in aromatherapy and skincare. Then you have white sagebrush, which is different from white sage. And white sagebrush is also known as prairie sage or Louisiana sage. It promotes restful sleep as well as having antimicrobial and antifungal properties. And it can be used as tea. Of course, then there's the garden sage, which I was saying I use in cooking. It's antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. And then the last one, the Brazilian sage, also known as Aztec sage or purple sage, it's native to South America. It is believed to have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties as well, often used in aromatherapy. So it may not come in a bundle. Just recognize that some of this sage may not come in a bundle. The rosemary comes in a bundle. I showed you that one. And it's good for the memory. And then then you can you can use juniper to smudge or cleanse your home. And then, like, for cleansing yourself of negative energy, the selenite, running it across your body like the whole body. Palo Santo clears, Palo Santo, that's the one that looks like a stick of wood. That clears illness from the home. That will clear out the illness from the home. So Palo Santo clears out illness. It's what happens when I don't read all my notes. So do we have any other questions on cleansing before we move on to grounding? Yep, your favorite heart-shaped crystal. I need to figure out how to clean it because you know I live in a dusty area, a dust bowl. If there's no questions, more questions on cleansing, I can move on to grounding. And I strongly recommend that. Usually I recommend meditation before grounding. I might get a drink. And there is, well, we haven't got into grounding yet, but we will here in a second. I just want to make sure there's no more questions on cleansing first. While I'm waiting to see if anybody has any questions, reminder of the live on Thursday with the runes, and then Sunday tarot. Next Tuesday, we're going to do another members only live, and it's going to be about the history of runes and the different types. The history and the different types. So now we'll move on to grounding. And there's many ways to ground yourself. But if you're like me and you live in a cold, wet environment, like right now, not everybody can do the same type of grounding. That's why there's more than one type of grounding. The first type, the most common thing, and you'll hear some people say it, go touch grass. Well, you need to say a little bit more than just go touch grass. Go walk barefoot in the grass. Stand barefoot in grass. Envision roots growing from your feet down into the earth. That's one way of grounding. But with the weather conditions in at least our country right now, most of us are not able to do that. So we have to find alternative methods. And the other thing is hug a tree. So the next method, and when you're imagining, you can do this inside your house as well. If you have a house that does not have a basement, you can stand on your floor barefoot and envision roots growing out of your feet going down into the ground. If you have a basement, I would recommend going into the basement and doing it. Yeah, it's cold here too, Sweet Pea, trust me. So this method is also referred to as earthing. Imagining roots growing from your feet into the earth is called also known as earthing. And one of the reasons we want to ground ourselves is that we are filled with chakras, but there are 7 main chakras in our body. You have the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, the throat chakra, the heart chakra, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root chakra. Now, the crown chakra is at the top of your head. This crown chakra represents enlightenment. It's your spiritual connection. It's linked to our highest self. Your third eye chakra is located between your eyebrows. And that is about intuition and insight. It connects to your inner wisdom. Then you have the throat chakra, which of course is your throat, and it's associated with communication and truth. The heart chakra, which is located center of your chest, is love and compassion. It bridges the physical and spiritual chakras, linking body and spirit. The next one, the solar plexus chakra, is in your upper abdomen. This is about personal power, confidence, self-esteem, our identity, ability to assert ourselves. Next would be our sacral chakra. It's right below your navel. That's about creativity, pleasure, and emotions. And then the last one is the root chakra, which is the base of the spine. Some people say the base of the spine, other people think it's the feet. It's associated with grounding, stability. It's linked to basic needs like safety and survival. And so grounding also helps with getting your chakras and open and aligned as well. That's the reason I bring up the chakras. The next method for grounding, which there's many ways, but the next method, physical method that I like, is when you have bad weather like we all have, you can ground yourself in the shower. So you put soap on yourself, your hair, your whole body. And then when you get into the shower to rinse, you imagine all the negative, I don't even know what to call it, negative gunk coming off with the rinse water, and and visualize it going down the drain. The negativity coming off your body, washing off of your body. And that would be the negative stuff that you pick up. Like I said, if you go shopping and you hear a couple arguing, even though you may not know them, but you actually hear the argument, that they're arguing back and forth, there's negative feelings. You're getting a negativity coming off of that couple. And so it attaches to you whether you know it or not. And it may start to bother you. Or the other example, maybe a child is crying, it might need to eat, it might want something, and that can be, that can bother you as well, because your instinct is you want to help the child, and it's not your child, so you can't do anything about it. So you pick that up as well. And, cashier's having a bad day, take it out on you, and you bring home all that stuff. You want to ground yourself and get that off of you. And the shower, if you can't do the outdoors in the grass, the shower is the next best thing. Just lather yourself up and then imagine when you're rinsing, all that negativity that you just accumulated is going down that, coming off of you and going down the drain. Now there is crystals you can use to help grounding. Some examples are black tourmaline, smoky quartz, malachite, and black obsidian. And so I'm going to show you how you would ground yourself using black obsidian points. Now I have these on my table, and every time I'm reading tarot. These are black obsidian points. And so what you do to ground yourself with the black obsidian points is you take one, place it in your hand this way, and then you take the other one and place it in your hand this way. So the effect is this one's pushing the negative out, and it's coming out through, it's pushing it through the left. The positivity and stuff is pushing through the left side and pushing it out, and it's coming out the right side through this crystal in my right hand. And so that's another way that you can ground yourself. And these two happen to be black obsidian. Any questions on grounding? Grounding is important because if you don't ground yourself, it starts to build up in you. It can build up in you, and it can display itself in many ways. It can display anger, depending on what type of energy you've picked up. Yeah, that's what they're for. I had two of these. This one's amethyst. I don't know where the other one is. It kind of got lost. Yeah, if you don't have metaphysical shop in your area, I'm sure you can pick them up on Amazon. Or the other thing, there is a shop local to me, a metaphysical shop local to me, and the phone number is in the description box down under this live. You can call. I can't even think of the name of the shop now. You can call the shop that I have listed in the description box under this live. They do ship. They can ship. You can call them and say, hey, this is what I need. For example, I need 2 black obsidian points. Couldn't you ship them to me? And they can tell you how much it should cost. I do know that their second store's in the process of moving. They just had, I don't know if they got moved, their second store got moved or not, but they still have the original store. So Twinkle Twinkle Little Store just came. It's in my description box underneath this live. There is there. They do have a website. But I didn't see a whole lot on their website. So in case you do need crystals, that is a place that is an option. Amazon is an option because some of my stuff has come from Amazon. Not gonna lie, it has come from Amazon. And that would be cleansing. Now, I mean grounding. Now you can ground yourself with food, various different types of food. I didn't take the time to look and research because there's a lot of food that you can ground yourself with. But I feel more confident using either the grass, going outside in the grass, the shower, or the crystals. I'm not quite as confident with grounding with the food. And the next thing is putting up protection. You cleanse your home, you ground yourself, but you need to, now that you've cleansed your home, you need to put up protection from, you're trying to protect from negative energy entering your home. And so there's ways you can do that. You can use salt. Hey, Mazakeen, welcome in. Any type of salt will do. You can do what we do and pour it around. We pour it around the whole RV, but if you got a bigger house, you might want to put the salt around under the window seals. This is on the outside of your house. Window seals and doorsteps is where you can pour the salt. There's also crystals that you can get for protection, and you can place them in different locations in your house. And I'll give you the names of some of the crystals that you can use for protection. Hematite, black obsidian, like I just showed you, black tourmaline. This one is black tourmaline. And when you look at the black tourmaline and you look at the black obsidian, you really can't tell the difference. But there's a difference. So this is black tourmaline and this is black obsidian. Black onyx is another one. Is another protection. Smoky quartz and labradorite. Those are just some of the crystals you can use to protect yourself. You can place them around your home. You can wear them as jewelry. You can carry some as worry stones, similar to this is an obsidian crystal. I just can't remember the name, which one it is. This is a worry stone where you can keep this in your pocket and rub on it. And so you can use the crystals. Yes, black onyx ring. I wear a black onyx ring on my left thumb on Sundays. Yes, black onyx ring. Actually, I have a black onyx necklace on. I wear black onyx all the time. If you have city water, and you don't like all the chemicals that your city puts in your water, your drinking water, I recommend ordering shungite, Shungite. It's a black crystal. You can put it directly in your water and it will purify your water. It will draw the chemicals that our city puts in our water. It will draw those chemicals out. I do believe you can. I don't know if you still can or not. I know there was a time when you could purchase a shower head that had black shungite in it because it is a black crystal. It does absorb the chemicals in your water. You know how they put oh, now the word's gonna escape me. All the chemicals that they put in city water. They think they're doing you a favor by putting all those chemicals in there when they're really not. But you can extract all those chemicals out by putting shungite in your water. What is that word I'm trying to think of? Oh Lord, one of the chemicals they put in your drinking water. It's supposed to help with your teeth. I can't remember. Good grief. But if you have city water, shungite, get yourself a pitcher and put the shungite in the pitcher and then put the water in the pitcher and put it in your refrigerator to keep the water cold for drinking. Yes, thank you, Ellie. Fluoride. Yes, shungite will pull the fluoride right on out of your water. And any other chemicals that the city decides to put in there. Yes, shungite is excellent for that. Let me look at my notes and see if there's anything I missed before I move on to the last topic, which is self hypnosis. So I explained that um, grounding also helps with your chakra system. If you have trouble talking, like sometimes I do, that may be an indication, or maybe something going on with your throat chakra. So I went over those. That's for next Tuesday. And I went over the different types of sage. Like I said, there's more than just sage that you can cleanse with. Sage is the most obvious one. Hopefully, you'll be able to go back and re-listen to me naming off the different types of sage and what they're good for. Hopefully, it came across clear. So that you can use the sage, whether you're using it to get rid of negative energy, or if you're trying to heal yourself from something. Antioxidants, the antimicrobial properties that's in some of the sage, the hormone balance properties in one of the sages is good. And like I said, there's Palo Santo, there is which Palo Santo can help clear illness. If you have somebody in your house that's sick, and you know when they're walking around, they're spreading germs, you can burn Palo Santo to help clear that illness out. If there's anything more you want to know about grounding, like I said, the two most obvious are going out and touching grass or the shower. The crystals is another good one. There are ways you can ground yourself, like I said, by certain foods you eat. I didn't look up certain foods because I don't see it probably does help ground you, but for me, grounding, either touching grass, a shower, or using the points is more effective for me. And there's probably an awful lot of food out there that you could use to ground yourself with. And protection, like I said, protection is very important as far as negative energy. And then the last thing is self-hypnosis. You will remain conscious throughout the process of I can't talk. You will remain conscious throughout the process of self-hypnosis. Keep that in mind. You will remain conscious during that process. You're going to want to most likely do this in your bed, preferably with nobody or too close to you. A couch is difficult. You could not do it on the couch because you're not able to follow. Once I give you the instructions on it, you'll understand. So it's best done in a bed. A recliner is iffy. A recliner may be the second choice. Bed is the primary choice. And so the way to do self-hypnosis is you want to lay down in the bed, away from the edge. You want to get in a little bit away off the edge, because what you're going to do is you're going to lay flat on your back. You're going to lay each arm out at your side, not touching any part of your body. Your hands cannot be touching any part of your body. And your legs need to be separate enough so that they are not touching each other. And so you start asking yourself and talking to yourself about, can you feel the bed? Can you feel, if you're laying and you have your palm face down on the bed, can you feel the bed under your hand? If it's working, you're not going to be able to feel the bed under your hand. Imagine floating in air where you don't touch the bed under your hand, you don't feel it under your body, you don't feel it under your legs. When you think consciously, can I feel my hand touching the bed? And then you move on gradually from the hands to the body, your head, to your body, on down to your legs. When you cannot feel any part of your body touching the bed, you have successfully hypnotized yourself, but you're fully aware of it. And it really requires, quiet in your house in order to focus on it. And that would be a good means of meditation as well. Of course, you can also use the self hypnosis if you have trouble falling asleep at night. You can use that to help you fall asleep at night as well. You're relaxing. You're relaxing every part of your body. Every muscle in your body is relaxing to the point where you cannot literally feel. Think to yourself, ask yourself, can I feel my hand or my arm or my head or my body or my leg touching the bed? As long as you cannot consciously feel it, you've been successful. And it could help you fall asleep if you have sleep problems. So, do I have any questions out there? Surely somebody has questions. I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm going to leave this as members only. I will release it to the public probably on Friday, because this is education that all of my subscribers can use. But I'm putting it to my members first because you guys pay for a membership, and so you get the member information first. But this is one, and probably the only one, that I will release to the public on Friday. And do you whoop-hoo know there won't be any angel numbers tonight? I apologize. Simmer pot? I don't know what that is. Um, you could. That's a good question, Ellie. I don't know. If you're trying to quit smoking, I'll tell you what I did. When I got diagnosed with, when I first got diagnosed, with mild emphysema, I said I have to quit smoking. And what I did was switch to vaping. I started out, well, I don't want to describe it. I can talk to you more about it elsewhere, about my process of how I got off of the actual cigarettes and moved on to electronics. So it would probably take a lot of self-talk while you're, oh, there goes the wind. The wind's going to pick back up now. It would probably take a lot of self-talk while you have yourself in the hypnotic state. Like I said, you will be conscious. You will be aware of all of your surroundings when you put yourself in that state. You can hear everything that goes on around you. The idea is to get yourself in a position where your body cannot literally feel the bed. If you're laying on the bed, it cannot feel the bed you're laying on. I learned how to do self hypnosis. Good grief, that's been hmm over 40 years ago. Yeah, I can tell you more about um, that journey elsewhere. Because we're not going to promote smoking and vaping. We're not promoting it. We're just trying to help you figure out not how to quit. I'm trying to help you figure out how to quit. I'm trying to figure out if the self hypnosis may help you be able to help you if you do some positive self talk. I would recommend positive self talk if you're going to use the self hypnosis. Yeah, so did my biological father, Ellie. I didn't know it um, until he had already passed. I had no idea. But then again, I know his usage. Yeah, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does because that's that was my thing, and look where I ended up at on oxygen 24/7. CPAP with oxygen because CPAP with oxygen is not normal. Usually people just use a CPAP. They don't have to have extra oxygen, but in my case, I do. Yeah, so did I, Ellie. So did I. At least that. Yeah, that's the whole key, Pollyanna, is you have to be able to relax. You need a quiet house, and you definitely need to be able to relax your body. It's a matter of making sure that your arms and your hands are not touching your the trunk of your body, like your sides. You got to make sure that your legs aren't touching each other and that everything is there on the bed with no hands, no arms, no legs touching each other or any other part of the body. That's the way to do hypnosis, self hypnosis. Well, if you could just give it a try. And what you have to do is, you say you need help quieting your mind. You need to make your mind quiet. Well, what you do is you consciously think to yourself, can I feel myself touching the bed with my arm? Can I feel myself touching the bed with my hand? Do I feel my head touching the bed? Do I feel my legs touching the bed? And if you do, then you know that you need to relax more. And that's where you guys need to learn to focus on, concentrate on each body part and whether or not you can feel it touching the bed. If you do that, don't allow your mind to wander. And I know that's easier said than done. I'm right there with you with a wandering mind at night when I go to bed to shut down. That's why I listen to vacuum cleaners at night. Well, another thing, Pollyanna and Ellie, that maybe you guys could practice to help quiet your mind. There are some videos on YouTube that you can watch to help you meditate. And so try listening to those and see if they help you quiet your mind. I know making your mind quiet can be a problem, but at least, it's an option. Pollyanna. What am I going to do with you, Pollyanna? I'm going to guide you to hopefully, maybe some meditation videos. I have to look them up and find them. That's awesome, Ellie. That's good. That's what you need to do is, find those videos that help. I had a friend that had meditation video. I will look for his link and get it to you. Oh, that sounds interesting, Ellie. Yeah, I use YouTube to help me fall asleep at night. I tried thunderstorms because I love thunderstorms. That one didn't quite work out, so I went to the next thing that usually makes me fall asleep, and that's vacuum cleaners, believe it or not. And it has to be a certain brand of vacuum cleaner, believe it or not. The sound of the vacuum cleaner, certain brands have different sounds. It's funny how our mind reacts to different sounds because I can listen to one and not fall asleep, but I can listen to another one using a different brand vacuum and I'm out like a light. I've been doing vacuum cleaners have done that to me ever since I was a child. That's a childhood thing that I have going on there with the vacuum cleaner. Oh no, I couldn't do that Sweet pea, we've been in negative numbers here. No way we could use a fan at night. I've noticed, Pollyanna, too, with using the vacuum, using the help at night with the vacuum cleaner video, my REM sleep, rapid eye movement, the sleep when you dream, has improved. And my deep sleep has also improved. Um, the fan is only a necessity for us in the summer. Yeah, no fans here. Not in the winter, not in these cold temperatures. Yeah. So I would recommend, finding whatever it is that helps you when it comes to sleep. I ordered a set of earbuds that are for use in bed, strictly for use in bed. And that way you can wear them all night. And I listen to the vacuum cleaner for 8 hours. It stays on that stays on for 8 hours while I'm sleeping. I know the vacuum cleaner's weird, but that's been my thing since childhood. Oh, that's awesome, Ellie. Well, you got to understand we have limited space here in this tin can. No, Pollyanna. Mm-mm, that I couldn't handle. Oh, that's interesting, sweet pea. Oh, I'd have to go to the bathroom. Ellie, that'd make me have to go. And that's the last thing I want in the middle of the night, using CPAP, because I have to have CPAP at night. And if I have to go to the bathroom, I have to disconnect it. That's no fun. So, anybody have any questions regarding cleansing, grounding, protection, self hypnosis? Since I am going to release this to the subscribers most likely on Friday. I don't want to get deep into too much more conversation. That's what I was thinking, Pollyanna. You're very welcome, Ellie. You're very welcome. I hope some of this helps you guys understand, the grounding is to release negative energy from you. The cleansing is to release negative energy from your house. And like I said, make sure you have windows open when you're cleansing with sage or whatever you decide to use, Palo Santo, whichever, so that it can go out, it can exit your home because, you know, If you don't open windows when you use sage, well, there's no point in using it. That's awesome. Just wanting to not put too much more outside information in here and keep it the educational side. And so, like I said, if anybody has any further questions on anything we talked about, whether it be cleansing, grounding, protection, or self hypnosis, you can leave a comment in the comment section for me. I may not see it today, but I'll see it the next day because, I don't, this is a members only live, so I don't have access to comments um, from any of my mods, my account that I mod with. So I will answer any questions, the next day if you leave a comment, if you have questions, or if you can catch me somewhere else and ask me a question. I don't have a problem. I can answer you somewhere, you have access, most of you have access to me in Discord. If you've already got your bedroom window cracked open, Sweet Pea, hey Pamela. I bet you did. I bet you did. Sorry if I missed you coming in earlier. I apologize. I was reading my notes when I was talking about the different things. If nobody has any further questions now, if you think of questions later, you can either leave a comment in the comment section underneath, or you can hit me in Discord with a question. I'll be happy to answer if we're in there together, or otherwise leave a comment under the live. This live will remain as a members only live until Friday, and then I will be releasing it on Friday. As a reminder, we'll be back Thursday live at the same time, normal time, 5 p.m. Eastern, doing rune readings. So bring your questions. No politics. I keep politics off my channel. That it's just not my thing. I've never been in never dealt with politics the majority of my life, so as far as discussing them. So we'll be back Thursday with rune readings. Bring your questions. We'll be back Sunday tarot, and then next Tuesday I'll be giving a lesson. Well, I'll be giving you a lot of information on runes themselves, the history of runes, and the different types of runes. You're not causing any trouble, Pollyanna. So hopefully I will see you guys there on Thursday. I'm thinking on taking questions. I'm just throwing this. Well, yeah, I'll throw it out now. On putting a post for people to ask questions to be read by tarot. But I would have to pick a day for that live. Or what if I posted on the community wall for you to put your questions on the community wall and I respond with a video? What do you guys think of that? Rather than trying to do readings another live, put your questions on a video. Allow you to put the questions on the community tab, and then I can answer as many as possible in a video. You guys think about it. Let me know what you think. You ask invisible ones. I just have to go with no political questions on tarot either. I mean, government situations, I can, I don't mind answering government situations with the government itself. I just don't want to talk about this side or that side issue. I don't, that's just not my thing. So I can talk about the government itself, but I don't want to talk about this person or that person. That's the part I don't want to get into. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Pollyanna, is put it up as a community wall, and then I could do the readings and put it out on a video. I think I'll do that. All right. Well, I'm going to end this for today because this is we've talked about cleansing, grounding, protection, and self-hypnosis. And so hopefully if anybody has any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer them. Like I said, I'll release this to the public on Friday. I want to thank everybody for being here. I send much love and many blessings to everybody. I really do. Be kind to one another. Be safe out there. It is a crazy world. I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, everybody. Talk to you later.